Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, um, I'm a little lazy right now. That's why there's not proper lighting. So don't crucify me in the comments or anything like that. But waiting for the Tony Bellew fight with David Hayes, so I just decided to catch up on some videos on things I may have missed over the week. I wanted to talk about Erickson Lubin because I didn't get a chance to really. I watched this fight later on, but I didn't get a chance to watch this fight the night of. But I did get to see it. Erickson Lubin made his return to the ring last week on the undercard of, I think it was what card was it? That was the Josecito Lopez Miguel Cruz. I think Miguel Cruz, yeah, that card last Saturday on PBC, and he scored a win over a guy named Silverio Ortiz, 37-21. Journeyman fighter. Wasn't a good performance at all from Erickson Lubin. He looked terrible. Scored a technical decision in the fight. Damn near got dropped by the journeyman, and following that, very, very underwhelming performance against a journeyman in a comeback fight, he took to Twitter and he tweeted a picture, a Photoshop picture of Charlo, who knocked him out in the first round. And it was a picture of Charlo, I guess, photoshopped on a crackhead's, head, and he was doing lines of cocaine, doing coke. And then he put the hashtag lines only, like in terms of like lines of cocaine, lines of coke. And it was a play on words of obviously their hashtag, which is lions only, which they say all the time, lions only. So Charlo responded by calling Lubin a bum, okay, in response to that tweet. And then he would further go on by saying, I quote, I seen you last weekend and you ain't have shit to say. I had your mom crying for a rematch when I knocked you out. You better chill, you effing bum. But I guess you don't remember. You sure? Are you sure you're not the one on coke? Um, Sorry, you're done. No, he said, sorry, you're done. You almost got dropped by a guy who was 37 and 21. I was there live commentating. Keep, ha ha ha, keep growing. And then Lou DiBella took offense to what um, Lubin had to say and basically told him it's BS and that he needs to take the post down because that'd be the right thing to do. Now, let me say this, man. Um, I've gotten tons of fights right here on YouTube, and I've gotten my fair share of fights wrong. But I think, and I'm gonna say it like this: I think picking Erickson Lubin, and this is my honest to God opinion, the honest to God truth and objective opinion, picking Erickson Lubin in that fight was probably a personal worst for me. I picked Erickson Lubin because, um, I really didn't. I wasn't really 100% sold on the Jamal Charlo hype. Um, really still I'm still not. And I just thought Lubin had the tools to beat him, and I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong, and that's probably the worst pick I've ever got. The pick I got the most wrong in my entire life was Erickson Lubin. And honestly, I'm gonna say it like this: I've had a chance to meet Erickson Lubin. I interviewed him last January at the Arizona Lara fight. He's a good dude. I like him. I think he's a good fighter. I think he has the tools to still be a world champion down the road if he puts his head together. But he's really got to put it together because that kind of loss can ruin you. And with the kind of performance he turned in last week against a journeyman, he has a lot of work to do. And I think the last thing he needs to be doing after the way he got his ass tapped by Charlo is tweeting pictures of the guy that stopped him doing lines of coke. I mean, it makes no sense, and it shows a lack of what's the word? It just shows a lack of focus, honestly, on his part. And he has to humble himself. Erickson Lubin has to humble himself. Life can humble you real quickly, and just as much as life, boxing can humble you real quickly because last year or all these past couple years leading up to that Charlo fight, Erickson Lubin was one of the hottest prospects in boxing. He was one of the hottest names in boxing in terms of prospects. And to get knocked out the way he did, it took the wind out of his sails. It exposed that it was too early for him to take that fight. And the way he's responded and went about it all has been very, very wrong. Very wrong. So, as someone who is a genuine, I'm going to say I like Lubin. I would even say I'm a fan of Lubin. As someone who is an Erickson Lubin fan and would like to see him do well in his boxing career, he needs to own up to the loss, stay in that gym, and just honestly, for the time being, F Jermell Charlo. Like, have your goals, have your ambition, try to aim for a rematch. But you gotta be in the ring, and you gotta be winning fights. You gotta be looking sensational, and you gotta be improving because you're still. The thing is too, Erickson Lubin is still a very young fighter. He's still, despite the loss, he's still a 22. He's younger than I am. He's 22 years old. And there's a lot of room for growth, and there's a lot of room for improvement. And if he approaches it the right way, he can find that growth, and he can find that right improvement that he needs to grow into the world championship fighter that a lot of people were pegging him to be out of the coming out the amateurs, and there's no two ways about it. So it's either he's going to humble himself, stay in the gym, and make the necessary adjustments and improvements as a fighter, or he's going to look subpar in his fights, not be focused, and just be salty about a very, very short night of work that Jermell Charlo put on him. I'm very to say that I'm disappointed with Erickson Lubin. Not the performance is whatever. He got stopped. It is what it is. Disappointing, but that's not really what I'm disappointed about. What I'm disappointed about is how he's responded about it. He's been quiet for the most part, but then he just after looking as piss poor as he did against a journeyman fighter to come out and pretty much just like tweet out Photoshop pictures that he probably took time out of his day to make of Jermell Charlo. And even if he didn't, still to take time and do that, I just think it shows a lack of focus on his part. And it sucks to see. It sucks to see because if that kid gets his head on straight and he makes the right adjustments and he's focused in the gym, and I'm kind of sounding like an Adrian Broner fan. Nobody beats a focused Erickson Lubin, like nobody beats a focused Broner. But I'm saying he's still at that point in his career where he hasn't done. He's taken a loss, but he's still really, really young. He's still really, really young and very, very talented fighter. And but as we all know, it takes way more than talent to be successful in the sport. And hopefully, Erickson Lubin has that character beyond the talent, the character that meets up with the talent to make him a world champion. Because it's unfortunate the way he responded to this. And I'd like to see him get a rematch with Charlo one day, but he's got to put the work in. He's got to earn that rematch because Jermell Charlo pulverized his ass, and ain't no two ways about it. So let me know what you guys in the comments down below. Erickson Lubin out here tweeting pictures of Jermell Charlo doing coke, or Photoshopped of Jermell Charlo doing coke, and he almost got stopped by a guy with 21 losses last week. What do you guys make of it? And do you think Erickson Lubin is over? Is his career done before it's even really began? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.